Patriots Point Soccer Complex is the new home in 2020 for the Charleston Battery, and tonight it plays host to Group H action in the USL Championship. It's the Charleston Battery and the Miami FC. With former Charleston Battery player and Jamaican international Wolde Harris, I'm Josh Eastern, happy to be with you for some midweek action here in Group H. And as we take a look at those Group H standings, a crucial game for the Miami FC, trying to catch the Charleston Battery.
Yeah, Miami with a couple games in hand will look to get even further up the table tonight with a win, leapfrogging Atlanta if they can, and moving into that third spot, putting pressure on Charleston, knowing that they have them a couple more games.
As we take a look at this Charleston offense, 6 goals in the last 2 games. That is a feat not accomplished since October of 2019. This offense starting to get into form right now, and it is led by Zico Lewis and Mauro Cicero, and they are really starting to get into fine form.
Yeah, these two guys are looking to make sure that the guys get on the scoreboard tonight. Lewis with 4 goals and 2 assists in the last couple games, and creating those chances. Cicero come from behind with 2 goals himself, but creating 8 chances.
And speaking of the attack for the other side of the Miami FC, Romario Williams, this is the guy you know pretty well.
Yeah, somebody I know personally from coaching him in high school in Jamaica, from the storied Kingston College. The man up front will be looking to get on the scoreboard early tonight for Miami FC, playing against his former club where he played 52 times, scoring 25 goals.
This is familiar territory for Romario Williams, and we'll see if that pays off. Well, tonight, it's a big Group H matchup here in the midweek. It's Charleston and it's Miami. Lineups and first kick coming up next from Patriots Point.
As a child, I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to give back to the community. Going to college, that's the first step. And the Life Scholarship just opened up doors because you're getting additional funding while I was continuing my education. I saw that there was a need in the community, so I started mentoring students within that community. I feel satisfied when they have that aha moment. It's so cool.
With HomeSmart from Home Telecom, you get the peace of mind of 24/7 security monitoring with all the convenience of home automation, starting at just $34.99 a month. Get smart control of your lights, locks, appliances, thermostat, garage door, and more. No matter where you are, the power is in your hands. We call that home away from home. For a limited time, save $50 on the HomeSmart Total Attack Pack with a free Skybell doorbell. HomeSmart, home automation and security from Home Telecom. Live life ahead.
Bring color to life with the very best paint, only at your Sherwin-Williams store.
Teams making their way out onto the pitch tonight from Patriots Point Soccer Complex here in Charleston. It's Charleston Battery and the Miami FC. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. They are brought to you by Bud Light, and we start with Mike Anhauser's Charleston Battery.
Yeah, one change for Charleston Battery up front. Nikhil Daly getting a rest today. Arthur Bourgeois up front. Back 4, Patterson, Van Schaik, Archer, Gadula. Backing him up is Kosminski in goal. Midfield, shielding that back 4, Kelly Rosales and Crawford up. And up front, you know, Cicero Lewis, Piggott on the outside, and Bourgeois, as I mentioned up front, looking to score the goals.
And on the other side for the Miami FC, a couple of changes for them as well, and Paul Dalglish.
Yeah, Dalglish tinkering with the lineup with 3 changes today. On the outside right, Miguel Gonzalez is the biggest standout from the front 3 that got a win this past weekend. In the middle, you have Rose Boom stepping from the back, Brenton Griffith stepping in, and the back 4, everybody else is still the same, with Martin Gaminiero in goal.
Those lineups brought to you by Bud Light, and it's an interesting look, and of course from Mario Williams at the top of this attack, and he is back in familiar territory.
All 35 championship clubs and its players stand
United
together
Soccer
in
League,
support
all
of
35
diversity,
championship clubs and its
inclusivity,
players stand together in support of
equality,
diversity,
and compassion.
inclusivity, equality,
Please
and
join us for a
compassion. Please join us
15-second moment
for a
of silence as we are
15-second moment of silence. We are all
united
united against racism.
Thank you.
Just getting set for action tonight. It'll be the Charleston Battery in their all-black kits, while it'll be Miami in those white kits as well. Just getting set to go. It's Group H action. It's a big game for the Miami FC. And Charleston Battery, they're hoping to just hold here in second place. We're underway tonight from Patriots Point. The Miami FC and the Charleston Battery. Well, both teams 3 points their last time out. For Miami FC, it was their first win of the season, a 2-1 win over Charlotte Independence. On the other side, Charleston Battery able to take down North Carolina FC in a Southern derby. And tonight they're going at it. They will play each other pretty much every other game from here on out. So they're going to see a lot of each other down the stretch. You could almost say this game may be a little bit more important for Miami tonight.
Oh, for sure. They want to capitalize on their last performance and continue that form on the road, albeit.
And some pressure there on Kuzminski at the back. It looks like it was deflected out. And the AR gives a throw in here to Charleston. For the first time this season here at Patriots Point, there's a limited number of season ticket holders in attendance, about 150 fans, or 5% of the normal capacity. Here's Kuzminski. Back with the Charleston Battery after a loan spell in Israel. With Maccabi Haifa, didn't make any appearances, was on the bench 14 times. And tonight making his second start here in 2020, his fourth season with Charleston, the 26-year-old. Here's A.J. Patterson. Patterson on Team of the Week, 2 assists so far this season. What are we looking for here early on?
Yeah, both teams just knocking the ball around, looking to see if they could create some space to penetrate, but really just feeling things out. Miami pushing a little bit higher, see if they could force the play from Charleston, and Charleston just seeing if they could pick and probe and find that opportune time to play forward.
Like Anhauser was talking about, trying to use the width and gain some time on the ball. He says they were on the counter quite a bit the other day against North Carolina, and now they're into the attack here. The cross coming in from Gadula. It's over everybody's head, and it's out of play. Let's take a look at today's injury report. It's presented by MUSC Health Sports Medicine. Here in Mason, Sebastian Velasquez both out. Let's take a look at Paul Dalglish. Presented by MUSC Health. And in goal tonight is Gamero. Been kind of a rotation at goalkeeper. Brian Silvestre, Mark Pace. And it's been Gamero who's making his 4th start of 2020 tonight.
Yeah, Coach Dalglish trusting Gamero, especially after coming off that 2-1 victory on the weekend.
Williams trying to battle for space. And now trying to play out of some tight areas. keeps it in play. Zico Lewis will be a throw-in for Miami.
And Miami just getting pinned back a little bit here as Charleston looking to squeeze. Charleston getting a little bit pinned back as Miami looking to squeeze the play.
Here's Griffiths. Just knocks it straight up in the air, and that's a giveaway. Now can Charleston come into the attack? It's Piggott trying to get in behind Griffiths. Piggott to his right foot. The shot is blocked. And finally cleared away. Mike Anhauser said that there might be some opportunities to get after this Miami back line. We're seeing a couple of those early on here in the opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, Pickett getting a 1v1 situation there with Griffiths, just looking to run at him, but took a little bit long to make a decision and got crowded out of the play as 3 Miami defenders recovered.
Now Franco trying to play it over the top, but couldn't quite get there.
That's what you can expect of Roseboom in the middle. Just covering a lot of ground, shielding that back 4, and then looking to start the counter.
And he's back in the midfield. He spent a lot of time at center back in past weeks. Tonight with Hassan Indam coming back into the lineup, he can move up into the midfield. It was more natural position, would you say?
Yeah, he's played there for a number of years for most of the teams that he's played for. And he's one of those guys that has a good range in passing. He could pass from the 18 to 18. So you always have to put pressure on him when he's on the ball.
Once again, trying to go over to the top. Bezecourt run under this. Into the corner. Gadula gets the block in. Keeps it alive. But for Miami. Saidi. It's the first matchup between these two sides. Of course, Miami FC has been around quite a bit, but not in the USL Championship, while the Charleston Battery basically have as much history as any club in American soccer. There's Romario Williams back in Charleston.
Yeah, just couldn't get a good touch on the ball there. He had pressure coming from behind and gave a possession and then created a foul.
There's a ball in behind. Zico Lewis back to his left foot. Curling effort just a little bit wide. Cicero was crashing in. And
yeah,
Zico Lewis.
You can see the skill there from Zico Lewis, just faking the shot, cutting it back. As we go into replay here, you see him running behind the defense, getting challenged, just cutting it back on his left foot, looking to find Cicero running through the box, just inches away. But great movement from Charleston there, good counterattack.
In his second season with the Charleston Battery, Zico Lewis. Mike Anhauser said he's building off of where he finished 2019. 4 goals and 2 assists for the 26-year-old so far here in 2020. Now it's Bezecourt again, trying to slip this one through. A little bit too far for Gonzalez. Minsky comes to claim it.
You could see what Miami is doing. They're putting pressure high up the field, looking to nick the ball closer to the goal, making it a short field in between them and the goal, and they're getting numbers in the attack.
All the way in field, trying to slip that through was Saidi. He was denied by Crawford. Bashwa.
You could see the pace of Saidi there on the outside. He's one of those players Miami is going to look to spring on the outside and look to create havoc and create 1v1 situations.
Played over the top. Williams couldn't quite bring it down. Oh, that's dangerous there by Kuzminski. It's cleared away. And luckily, Kelly was there to cover that up for Charleston.
A little miscue there from Kuzminski, sliding out of the box, not taking the field into account.
We would like to take this
Maybe a
time
little
to
bit of
recognize
miscommunication here as Kaminsky comes out, overestimated the
Visit
slide.
pivotalfitness.com to find a location
Luckily,
near
a
you.
player was in the vicinity to help him out.
We did see some rain in the forecast. It rained a little bit pregame, so maybe the field a little bit slick. Kuzminski going through sliding practice here in the opening 10 minutes. Patterson throws this back in. Trying to play this forward for Bashwa. Indom tracking over. And out for the first corner kick of the night, and it comes for the Charleston Battery.
And that's good movement from Bashwa, looking to get in behind. You saw that he had space in behind, just took off. The ball played through. Unfortunately, there was a defender in the way of his shot. Charleston keeping up the pressure with a corner kick. Let's see what they can do.
Bobby Crawford comes over to swing this in right at the 10-minute mark. Lifted in towards the back post. Gamaro's there. Make an easy catch, and he'll try to spring a counterattack. Oh, and pulling up with Saidi. That's not a good sign. Straight to ground. You never like to see that.
Yeah, you never like to see that happen to a player, especially this early in the game. But he's just trying to get out of there as quickly as possible. Looks like that hamstring gave way. Hopefully it's not too bad. Once you see a player grab the back of his leg, you know that's a hamstring. Here he is at full sprint, and right there you just see him pull up. And immediately he's on the ground.
And it looks like Paul Dalglish will have to go to his bench. And this is where those new substitution rules come into play. You only get 3 windows to make 5 substitutions. And especially one this early in the match that can really create some havoc in Paul Dalglish's head and just try to manage everything.
Yeah, well, that's part of the manager's job, you know. These things happen in the game, and obviously you really don't want to see this happen to a player of his caliber this early. But it's another opportunity for another player to get some minutes as well. Hopefully they can come in, do the job that Paul Dalglish has asked Saidi to do. Hopefully he'll have a speedy recovery.
Looks like Janos Luba will be the one to come in. So about 12 minutes gone, and already an alteration here because of injury. So the German does come on. His first season with Miami FC, 5 appearances. He's made 1 start. Spent 2019 with New York Red Bulls 2.
Substitution for Miami FC.
Him and Vincent Bezikor both coming over from Red Bull 2. So Luba looks like he'll come in on that left side, and we'll see how things get shifted around as the ball gets back rolling again. Kuzminski under pressure again. Mario Williams pretty active here in the early going. And a big collision. And the referee will give a free kick to Charleston, it looks like.
Yeah, Miami just causing a whole lot of problems with their pressure up top, causing miscues, miscommunication between the back 4, not making it easy for Charleston to play out. Forcing a collision as both players not giving any room for the other to win the ball. As we take another look at this here, hopefully. Here it is, the ball gets played in, headed out. It just looks like Crawford was looking to go after it, but ball was coming through as well.
So it's Kelly along with Ba coming back to their feet. Paul Dalglish is still asking for an explanation. Field Mike's picking up the conversation. That's a tough one for a referee. I mean, it's pretty 50-50 there.
Yeah, it's pretty 50-50, but I thought that ball touched that ball first, and then Kelly came through at the end, so he has a better angle at it than us. So we'll just defer to him.
Franco, his touch a little bit heavy, and Shake comes over. And Piggott goes down. You can maybe see there's a bit more of a sense of urgency from this Miami side. They know they're the one chasing games, chasing points. They're at the bottom of this group, and they know they need results because this is the team that they're chasing.
Not only that, but they're a little bit more confident now that they got their first win under their belt, so they're just trying to continue that as well.
Good ball played through.
No, I'm not. Let me reseat my thing.
It's Kelly, bringing it into the box, centering. Trying to turn the corner, Ezekiel Lewis. Another cross coming in. Gamero came off his line, and the header goes out of play.
Yeah, great cross from the left-hand side coming into the box. Just unfortunate there that couldn't get that header down on goal. Gadula coming up from his right back position. Lewis back to Sichero, crosses it in the mix. Gamera can't get there. Just unfortunate that they can't get that header down.
Well, good opportunity there for Charleston. We talked with Mike Anhauser yesterday, and he said that his team really thrives playing on the counterattack, and that's how they kind of scored their 3 goals when you go back to the game against North Carolina. Those quick breaks, and you feel like with the team in Miami that's pressing high up the field, those spaces might be there.
Spaces might be there, but Miami is doing a really good job of containing them right now. They're going to have to find different ways of coming out of the back. Maybe playing out one side and quickly changing the point of attack will help them, as you see Kuzminski here looking to go long.
Van Schaik making his 151st appearance for the Battery tonight. Got big number 150 against North Carolina. Coming in a derby match, probably just a little bit more special as well. Played wide for Patterson. A good ball coming all the way through. Sichero almost fell right into his path, but Indom was keen to it to knock it away.
Yeah, that was much better from Charleston in terms of build up out of the back, got the ball into the midfield and then looked to play wide. Got the cross into the box. I think Patterson could have played the ball down the line there. He had an option, but decided to go into the box, to the danger area, but just didn't have the numbers.
Some space for Gonzalez. Van Schaik quick to close it down. Patterson misjudged it. Now it's Franco. Roseboom. A chance for Miami to cycle it around.
You can hear the coaches saying higher, higher. They wanted, Anhauser wants the team to get up. Coach is egging his guys on.
And this one, it looks like, will be ushered out of play. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com.
Miami's game plan so far in terms of pressuring high up the field is paying dividends as they're getting turnover after turnover when Charleston's been playing out of the back.
Boschwa goes down. Island Pexanar, tonight's referee, lets it play on. And Bezecourt in the middle again. Play it through for Bezecourt. Luba was making that run as well.
Be interesting to see if Miami could keep up this pressure as the game goes on. As Charleston just found it really easy to break the press just now.
Springing into the attack pretty quickly, but now Miami back the other way. Luba trying to turn the corner. There's Archer there in defense for Charleston. Now the Battery trying to spring into attack again.
Yeah, Archer doing a great job just showing that guy to the outside, forcing the error. Unfortunately, they couldn't retain possession in the middle of the park.
And a foul. Looks like the referee will bring this back. And a free kick going Miami's way. Charleston Battery has an entire new line of merchandise for their new era here at Patriots Point. Go to shop.charlestonbattery.com for the latest jerseys, t-shirts, hats, and more. Coming right through the middle. Luba on the left, cross into the middle. And the offside flag did come up.
A little bit more patience from Luba there, and he'd have been onside. Just went a little bit too early. Right ball. Good stuff from Miami.
Reaching the midway point of this first half, a couple of opportunities for both sides. It's been kind of a game of half chances so far. Nothing all too dangerous, but you feel like both teams are kind of knocking on the door right now.
Yeah, both teams have yet to settle down and really get into their game. So as this game progresses, it'll be interesting to see who can first put these passes together, put the other opposition on the back foot, and really get penetration. Right now, both defenses are playing really well, and they're staying very compact in the middle of the park.
Mario Williams holding play up for Bezecourt. He's being hounded. It looked like it was Archer there. And Bashwa, the flag will come up on him as well.
You could see how high that back line is from Charleston, as that was Archer coming up into the midfield, putting pressure on Bezecourt. Just not expecting him to come up that quick.
Bashwa, the South African, making his third start, his 7th appearance. A little bit of roster rotation as Niku Daly, the Jamaican, goes to the bench. Of course, he was one of the goal scorers against North Carolina last time out.
Can't help but think with the Rowdies on the weekend that maybe Coach Anhauser's saying, hey, let's give you a little bit of break. Save some legs, may feature in the second half if necessary. But he's one of those pacey forwards that can definitely do some damage late in the game.
Because when you look at the standings coming in, Charleston 7 points behind Tampa Bay, but they do have a game in hand. And of course, Miami 9 points behind Charleston. So there's some gaps in this group, and both these sides trying to close both of them at the top and at the bottom. And a throw in here for the Battery.
You have to think that if Patterson is going to put these balls in from that far out, that they need more numbers in the box. Otherwise, it's probably better off recycling the ball or look to get penetration through the midfield.
Patterson has loved to get into the attack here early on and in past games as well. Sachero popped that up into the air, but Gamero is quick to snatch it out of the grasp there of Bashwa. Gamero spending 2019 with the Florida Soccer Soldiers. You remember their run in the U.S. Open Cup. Unfortunately, the U.S. Open Cup canceled here in 2020 for obvious reasons, but a shame to see that cancellation become official. we talk about games in hand. Of course, Charleston has one on Tampa, but Miami has 2 on this Charleston side. We mentioned it was a 9-point gap between these two sides. Of course, Miami still has to go out and get those 2 wins, but if they do get 6 points in their 2 games in hand, could really cause some issues for Charleston. They might be looking over their shoulder a little bit.
It could make things interesting going down the stretch. And I'm pretty sure that's in the back of their minds as they come into this contest.
As a former coach, would you rather have those games in hand, or would you rather already played?
I'd rather have the games in hand, because then I hold my destiny in my hands, you know, so it's really up to them to make use of it.
It's different ways of approaching it for sure in this interesting 2020 season in the USL Championship, but makes for a little bit more intrigue, you could say, because it's only 2 spots in each group that move on. And Piggott, he might be it on goal. Romario Piggott, it's saved by Gamero. And then Bashwa coming in, and Gamero there again. The Panamanian was almost in on goal. He was one-on-one with Gamero.
Yeah, you expect Piggott to finish one like this. Ball gets played in, he gets the rebound. One-on-one with the goalkeeper, just looking to slot it to the keeper's left. But Gamero was there with a quick reflex slave to his left-hand side, keeping the score neutral.
That could be a big moment here in this first half. There haven't been too many great chances, but that was definitely one for Charleston. Piggott with a goal and an assist in his 2nd season here with the Charleston Battery. Now Lewis is in some space down the right. Some options in the middle to pick out. Comes in the middle for Crawford. He'll tee one up on his right foot. A curling effort just goes high. And out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Charleston finding some daylight down the right-hand side with Lewis, just cutting that ball back. And that ball eventually getting played across to Crawford, but just couldn't pick out that top corner. As we see here, Rosales just playing that ball over right to Crawford, trying to pick up that top right-hand corner, but just sailing a bit over the top.
And Crawford just coming over from Rangers in Scotland. It seems like Rangers is making a name for themselves in the USL Championship with what they got going out in Orange County. But he made over 50 appearances, scored 7 goals, had 6 assists for Rangers. So some pedigree there from Robbie Crawford and the 27-year-old. And he's been a mainstay so far in the Charleston starting 11, making his 8th start and 9th appearance today. Mario Williams at the top of this formation. We mentioned him in the pregame, of course, formerly with the Charleston Battery for a couple of seasons, over 50 appearances. Scored a goal pretty much every 2 games if you look at it. And you feel like he's just starting to wake up in this 2020 season. A slow start, but already 5 goals now as Piggott gets it on the left. And he's able to win his team a corner kick.
Yeah, Romario, all forwards need service, so it takes, 9 more players behind him to make sure that he gets the ball in the area where he could do the damage. And right now, Miami just are still feeling out how to get the ball wide and how to get the ball into his feet and how to get the ball to break down this Charleston defense.
In the meantime, a corner kick for the Battery. And it's once again Robbie Crawford, the in-swinger. Good ball in, quickly headed away. On the follow-up, it's stopped there by Gadula, barred down and in! The Battery opened the scoring in the 29th minute. And it's the fullback, Gadula, who gets the scoring started.
Great opportunistic goal there from Gadula. That ball got played back in immediately after the clearance. And he turned around and said, hey, look what I found at my feet. As we take a look at the replay here, the corner comes in. Nice header out there, but gets Smashed back in by Patterson. The Gadula at the right place, right time, and just puts his foot through it. Nothing Gamera can do to stop the power on that shot.
Logan Gadula in his first season here with Charleston. Last year spent a couple of loan spells with Phoenix and Hartford, making his 7th start, but that is his first goal of the season. Let's go along with 1 assist. You also have to credit him for staying on side. That's one of those tricky ones where the line is coming up from Miami. But as you said, a good opportunistic goal. As Bashwa goes down, a collision. Looks like it was him and Griffiths.
I'm not sure what the referee saw here, or didn't see, I should say. Referee Pexanar. From our vantage point, looks like Griffiths came through the back of Bashwa, but
Griffiths taking a moment to get up, and for Island Pexanar, this is only his 3rd USL Championship match officiated, but he's given out 10 yellow cards. And it looks like this will be our hydration break. Well, it's a bit of a night of reunion, you could say. You're back doing a Charleston Batter game. Romario Williams is back in Charleston as well, so it's pretty cool to see. And hey, who's this guy?
I have no clue.
Wearing the Charleston colors back in 2004. What do you remember about your time in Charleston?
It was fun. It was hot. It was really hot because during the summer of 2004, Coach Ramsey was there and Coach Einhauser was the assistant. We had a really good time. I remember Clemson playing against Charleston, so I had a really good time, and the stadium that we were in was awesome.
And of course, the new stadium here for Charleston in 2020. Always fun to look back and look at those kits. Those are some sweet kits, I gotta say.
Who dug up these pictures, man?
We know some people. We know some people. Our thanks to the Charleston Battery for helping us out with that. As Miami and Charleston going at it tonight here, midweek action in the USL Championship. Romario Williams talking with Paul Dalglish, trying to get things straight as Miami trying to look for an equalizer tonight.
Yeah, they're playing against an experienced Charleston team that's very hard to break down. You've seen that they haven't conceded that many goals this year, so it's going to be tough going. But I think they need to increase their speed of play. They need to move the ball quicker. They need Bezecourt on the ball. They need Romario Williams to make runs in behind. Everything has been in front of them so far, so it's been easy for them. You know, they've got to up the tempo a little bit if they're going to break down this Charleston team.
Well, it seems like it's mostly been Charleston coming from behind this season, but tonight they are playing from in front. Logan Gadula, his first goal of the season. And a drop ball will get us back underway after the injury/hydration break. Let's get into the latter stages of this first half. Trying to play through the lines. A good challenge coming in from Angelo Kelly. He'll keep possession here for the Battery.
Yeah, the Battery doing a good job of just putting out fires in the middle of the field.
A wide position again. Ball swung in. Now to the top of the box. Piggott trying to find some room to shoot. He gets one off and slips it in. Now Piggott was just dribbling back and forth. He said, why not have a look?
Side as we look at the replay. Ball comes in from the right side. Piggott says, hey, look what I found. Going to the right foot, whoop, turns to the left and just fires through traffic. Nothing Gamero can do about it. As you see the replay here, Piggott goes to the right, cuts it back on Rose, and there's that left foot to the right-hand corner of the goal. Charleston 2-0.
So Piggott picks up his second goal of the season in his second season with the Battery. The Panamanian on the score sheet tonight. He had a good chance a couple minutes ago. Was saved by Gamero, but this time he makes it count. And all of a sudden, an uphill battle here for Miami FC.
Yeah, both of Charleston's goals originated on the right-hand side, so Coach Dalglish has a little bit of adjusting to do on that side, on his left-hand side, in order to slow down Lewis.
If you remember, that's the side that Prince Saidi was sliding in on before he was removed due to injury. About the opening 12 minutes, Janos Luba and Othello Ba now on that left side.
Yeah, but just right before that, you could tell Miami's trying to play through the middle, try to get Bezencourt in behind the Charleston sitting midfielders, but just couldn't do it. And they turned the ball over and immediately sprung that counterattack down the right-hand side. Ball gets whipped in, and there's Piggott waiting on it at the top of the box. Great movement out of the midfield there from Rosales.
I feel like this is maybe the way that Charleston wants to play. Like Anhauser was talking about it, wanting to gain some more time on the ball, pass it around. They only ranked 22nd in passes coming into this match, but you feel like with maybe a bit of a different style of trying to keep a little bit more possession, that number could go up quite a bit.
Yeah, with scoring the first goal, things kind of opened up for them as well, especially in the middle of the park. And they're able to spring their wide midfielders and their forwards into deeper positions and get crosses into the box.
Some other action in the USL Championship tonight. Charlotte, North Carolina, Louisville and Indy 11. Of course, Lipa FC. And some more games out west as well tonight. Ball played right down the middle. Gamero was quick to that. We talked earlier about the pressure that Miami's been putting on high up the field and whether they could keep that up. Well, now they're going to have to find 2 goals out of that tonight.
Yeah, it's going to get progressively harder for Miami if they don't try to get one back before the half. More and more this game goes on. Charleston is an experienced team, and they'll just knock it around and pick their chances to go forward.
Luba trying to turn the corner. His cross is blocked. Out for another throw-in.
Yeah, but you could see the amount of black shirts versus blue shirts in that area. It's just Charleston's doing a really good job transitioning both ways, something that Coach Anhauser talked about on our call this week, that they wanted to get behind the ball quickly, and as soon as they retain possession, get forward quickly, as they're doing here.
Here they go, back on the counterattack. Bashwa with an option to his right and his left. It's Piggott. The pass takes him a little bit far wide. Cross back into the middle. Crawford lays it off. The shot, it's blocked. And Gonzalez comes away with it. Now can Miami look to counter the other way? Luba's in some space down the left. That back four holding strong here for Charleston. Gonzalez making a run through the middle. Eventually Miami loses out.
Yeah, they're trying to penetrate, but there's no runs from the outside to spread that defense. Everything is right down the middle. And that's where Charleston is very, very strong. Miami slowing it down here, just trying to keep a little bit of possession, get their feet under them.
There's Granito. Gonzalez, back for Williams. Lewis on the turn. Pashwa's up ahead. Instead they'll slow things down.
You know, Charleston finding it easy to kind of pick Miami off, as there's no runs in behind, there's no threatening that back line, everything is in front of them, so they're always coming onto the ball. I think Coach Dalglish is going to have to make a couple adjustments at the half to see if they could even be a little bit more direct. Force Charleston to play a little bit closer to goal by playing some balls over the top, and then that space will open up for them in the midfield.
Definitely some attacking options to choose from on the Miami bench. Lloyd Sam, Mohamed Chow, Harrison Heath as well. Here's Piggott. He couldn't get that pass right. And Archer crashing in to win it back for Charleston. He's come all the way up into the midfield. Maybe something opening up here for Charleston as Boschwa went down ahead of the play. Sachero's there as well. The cross not strong enough.
Yeah, here's where Miami needs to step up the pace and really attack at speed when Charleston's transitioning back to defense. It's just too slow. Everybody's recovered.
Gonzalez, a fortunate bounce, and Williams had already made the run into the 6. That ball was left for pretty much no one.
Yeah, Williams was a lone gun in the box.
A shot coming from well outside the box and out of play. Don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for your club and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on your team's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club.
Kuzminski just taking his time here, taking a couple of ticks off the clock.
We talked early on about both these teams trying to gain some comfort in this match, and it seems like Charleston has done that through the 2 first-half goals. And a free kick now upcoming for the Battery as well. Gonzalez committing the infraction.
Sachero just doing a really good job of just holding that ball up there, protecting it, trying to bring other people into the play. Gonzalez just overzealous on that challenge. Sachero felt the pressure from behind, just went down.
Crawford will swing this in. Towards the back post. Back into the middle. It's still there. Gamero. Boschwa. And cleared away. Boschwa tried for the acrobatic attempt there on goal. Now Patterson. And he commits a foul.
Yeah, Miguel Gonzalez using his body really well there to get in position on Patterson.
A lot to think about for Paul Dalglish tonight. You can't say they were necessarily the prettiest goals for Charleston, but Mario Piggott and Logan Gadula get the goals for the Battery so far, and that has them out in front 2-0.
As long as it goes across the line, Josh.
It's all that matters, right?
It's all the same. Got to be in the right place at the right time.
Well, Gadula definitely was on his goal. And Mike Anhauser has to like what he sees so far.
Charleston have been very, very compact. Very little space for Miami to play in and play out. They've had to resort to balls in and around the midfield, swinging it from side to side, but no penetrating passes for Williams to run onto.
As the calendar turns to September, the action heats up on ESPN Deportes. Rio Grande Valley FC welcomes Copa Texas rivals and Group D leaders San Antonio FC Friday night for a classic Texas showdown. And this might be a card for Griffiths, and it will be. You can catch that action, RGV San Antonio FC, on Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Deportes. This was a pretty heavy challenge coming in.
Yeah, Griffith's just a little bit late. As we take a look at the replay here, ball gets played in by Patterson. Griffith's a little bit late and high. I have to say he's a little bit fortunate to still be on the field, especially with a tackle like that.
And studs up.
Did get a warning and a yellow card from the referee. He's gonna have to be careful from here on out. As you can see, read his lips there saying, my bad, my bad.
Another set piece opportunity for Charleston. If they can tack on one more, really make things difficult for Miami FC come the second half. Here's Crawford, lifting one in again. Gamero, there to punch it away. Lewis, haven't called his name a whole lot tonight. Now Crawford, ball whipped in again as we get into 4 minutes of stoppage time presented by MUSC Health Sports Medicine. Here's Bezecourt. On the other side, can Miami get one back before halftime? Is Bezecourt still going?
Great skill in the midfield there, Bezecourt, to dismiss 2 players.
Granito turning Patterson around, but he's able to get the block in.
Again, he only had two other Miami players in the vicinity to play the ball to. Miami needs to get more support around the ball, especially when they get the ball in the advanced areas close to the penalty area.
Here's Bezecourt again. This one flicked forward, Luba. Cleared away again.
That's the first time I've seen any combination play tried at the top of the box. Luba getting involved. Romario Williams finally getting involved. Need a little bit more mobility ahead of the ball. We'd see players just standing, walking. Need some runs. Ask questions of the back four, Charleston.
I feel like halftime might be coming at a good point for this Miami side, just to get and talk about some tactics. And there's another yellow card issued. So now both Miami FC center backs in the book. This one to Hassan and Dom.
Yeah, they're going to have to be even more careful from here on out. That ball gets played into the midfield.
Yellow card issued to Miami FC.
No, it's Sachero.
Hassan Nadam.
Sachero looking to play forward, and Nadam just stops the play right where he's at. Could say it's a tactical foul, or he's going for the ball, but he recognized that he was out of position, so.
Maybe some frustration in there as well.
That as well.
Midway through the minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage time. Ball lifted over the top. Flag does come up in the end. Bashwa looked to be in on goal.
Miami needs to take a page out of Charleston's book with those runs in behind. Great ball over the top by Crawford there. He's great vision. Just a little bit offside, Bashwa.
Once again, not able to connect with Williams. Now here comes Kelly right through the middle. Look at all this space. He plays it wide for Piggott. Kelly again. Slips it in for Bashwa. He stays on side. No, he doesn't. The flag comes up. It looked like he was pretty close there, but the AR decides to put the flag up.
Cheeky little run there from Bashwa, just trying to sneak in behind Griffiths there. Was just inches offside. Miami could count themselves lucky.
Cross deflected by Piggott. All the way back for Kuzminski. Any major adjustments you'd make at halftime?
Well, if I was Miami, I'd try to play a little bit more direct, get some more help to Amari Williams, ask him to run a little bit deeper behind, even get runs from Gonzalez or Luba going in behind, and threaten that back line with some more direct balls, push them back, and then the spaces will open up in the midfield for you for Betancourt to come through. As far as Charleston is concerned, much of the same. Just move the ball a little bit quicker and pull the trigger.
Just like that, Sachero has that shot taken by Gamero. And Islan Pexanar blows his whistle for halftime here from Patriots Point. Well, it's been all Battery here in this first half. I think they have to like what they've seen in this first 45.
For sure. After the first 15 minutes, things kind of opened up for them. They started finding spaces in the midfield, especially on the right flank through Lewis. And that's where the goals came from. Gadula coming up on the right-hand side. Lewis come down the right-hand side as well, causing problems. And they've been good on the counter, Charleston.
Well, we have reached halftime here in Charleston, South Carolina. And so far, it's been all Battery. It's been pretty physical. But we hit halftime. It's Charleston 2, Miami 0. Halftime here in Charleston.
So how is it?
Great.
This is your vacation, your beach, your fields of green, skies of blue, mountains of majesty. You're an athlete, you're obsessed, you're in love, you're in pain, spirit drained, in agony, fighting gravity, because you made a commitment to yourself and others to work on your game, build your frame in blazing heat, exhausted and beat. You're not alone. You're supported, pushed, tested, tried, trued, broken, fixed, and put back on track to do it all again. Your road is long, on open highway, completely secluded, jammed with traffic, horns blaring, sirens screaming, speed limit, near misses, head-on collisions, body shops, rest stops, so many tolls to pay. Your destination isn't a place, it's a record, a dance, a feeling. Hands in the air, stands on their feet, joy all around. Because when you refuse to yield, your spirit is revealed. You are an athlete. MUSC Health, sports medicine.
Back here at Patriots Point, halftime between the Charleston Battery and the Miami FC. Devin Kerr is here as well. He'll run us through the weekend's recap with The Dish.
Time for another edition of The Dish. Saturday, August 22nd. Let's go to the Eastern Conference. Pittsburgh Riverhounds flying in the first half, at least for 40 minutes. We'll get to that in a second. What is going on inside the box here? Sam Fink. That's the wrong way, buddy. The magnificent center back for St. Louis FC gets this one wrong. Mensah sticks in the back of the net, 16th minute. Watch this run by Robbie Mertz. Stings the nostrils. 40th minute, 2-0. And that's all she wrote, right? They do not let anybody come back in general, yet alone at Highmark. Kyle Gregg had other ideas. Nobody told him that was the game plan. On the doorstep, first time, no. Second time, maybe. Third time, yes. Tomas Gomez cannot get it. Watch wall fall. The Southern Fighting Ottawa Fury. 3 boys from Nikola Popovic's crew come over to St. Louis FC to make amends in the second half. Wall fall, 57 minute, 3 points. St. Louis FC hosting Louisville on the weekend. Pittsburgh battle against Hartford Athletic. Let's transition. Group G. This was interesting. It was all Birmingham Legion to start, and I promised I would not say it, but I got to. What's up? I'm Bruno. 9 apps, 5 goals, 4 assists. Raul Gonzalez from the corner. The deflection. Van Okel on the doorstep. Weird. The second goal here is an interesting sequence. Cal Jennings takes down Alex Crognoli. Akinyoti returns the favor on Cal Jennings. Keanu Marsh Brown from the spot. Great, we get it to 2-1. But it was back and forth in the second half, and it took a late penalty in the 98th minute by Nico Brett to get it to 2-2. Still only 1 loss on the year by Birmingham Legion. Flying. Group F? Yeah, why not? Hartford Athletic. They've been the talk of the town, not just in the East, but the entire USL Championship. Uh-oh, this is the wrong game plan. Yeah. 22 minutes in, Shane Wheat gets his first goal. The talk was Elvis Amo. 73-1 liftoff. What a rocket from Amo from distance. Watch this curling away from Simon Lefebvre in his debut outside of the boot. Fantastic. But there's a bit of magic. His name's Marcus Nagelstadt. Get to know him. The Norwegian from distance, upper 90. Thanks. Okay, 2-1, 5 minutes ago. They can't do it again, right? There's no possible way they're going to do it again. Can he? He can't. Alex Dixon can, though. They salvage a point. Good for Hartford Athletics, showing a bit of convenience to get back into this game. Resolve? Maybe. Roddy Jaidi hopes his boys do better against Pittsburgh Riverhounds on Friday night. Last one-ish. And the Rowdies played as well, but, you know, they beat Atlanta United too, so not really going to talk about that, are we? We are going to talk about the home squad, and I'm not saying their name until the end, and you all know why. Because the Charlotte Independents get out in front first. Jake Arman, 8 minutes in, doing some dirty work in the middle of the field. But Hugh Roberts takes down Prince Saidi. Romario Williams from the spot, misses, never does. Oh, wait, there you go. Pushes that in the back of the net. 16. Okay, so you get it to 1-1. It took the entire rest of the match. Granito in the 86th minute. 30% of goals in the USL Championship right now coming from set pieces. Take a bow. The Miami FC get their first win of the year.
Well, plenty of intrigue there over the weekend. We hope we get more of the same here in the midweek and next weekend. Well, halftime's rolling on Miami FC and Charleston Battery.
The USL is proud to bring professional soccer back into our communities and across the ESPN family of networks. Follow your local club and don't miss these exciting matches coming up on ESPN2 or ESPN Deportes.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
The USL is proud to bring professional soccer back into our communities and across the ESPN family of networks. Follow your local club and don't miss these exciting matches coming up on ESPN2 or ESPN Deportes.
Halftime here in Charleston. It's 2-0 to the Battery over Miami FC. Of course, the season in full swing in the USL Championship. So we take a look at some news and notes from around the league. Solomon Asante, the player of the week. He just keeps getting it done. St. Louis, unfortunately, will not have a team after this season. And then there were two, Tampa Bay and San Antonio. Final two unbeaten teams. I really like the San Antonio side.
Yeah, they're doing well so far, unbeaten. And they've got all running on all cylinders right now.
Christian Pirano leading the charge for San Antonio FC, and of course Tampa Bay in this Group H, and they are at the top. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. A couple of games for you on Friday, including that ESPN Deportes match, RGV and San Antonio, and some more interesting matchups. That Charleston-Tampa Bay one could really be an interesting one.
Huge, huge, and you know Charleston's going to come with it to see if they could make up points on Tampa.
That one right here at Patriots Point as well. Some more upcoming games this weekend as we take a look at the standings in this group. Well, we showed you them at the beginning. Right now, it'd be 3 more points for Charleston. They're inching closer to Tampa Bay and Miami. They seem to be falling a little bit farther away.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough road going down the line for Miami, knowing that they played Charleston 3 more times. Get familiar with your opponent, but obviously you got to make those points up. So see where they come with in the second half.
Atlanta United too. They've already played 11 games They really have some work to be done just in their final 5. It's pretty hard to believe that we're just getting in to the end of August and September here in the league. Well, it's 2-0 to Charleston over Miami at halftime. Coming back with the second half right after this.
You need more layers, diagonal layers.
I got it, Ron. Thanks.
Leave him alone, Dad. Oh, honey, you should use ice blocks instead of cubes.
No, Bud Light Seltzer goes on top.
Diagonal layers.
Did you feature the Bud Light lemonades?
Need more ice.
And diagonal layers.
I mean, if you're gonna do it right.
I don't need my hands getting cold.
Why don't you try using the Plumsky method? Brings out the citrus notes. Dad?
Gotta crush the ice, son.
Okay, I'm out.
What's his problem?
Whenever packing the cooler really matters, there's a Bud Light there.
This is your vacation, your beach, your fields of green, skies of blue, mountains of majesty. You're an athlete, you're obsessed, you're in love, you're in pain, spirit drained, in agony, fighting gravity, because you made a commitment to yourself and others to work on your game, build your frame in blazing heat, exhausted and beat. You're not alone. You're supported, pushed, tested, tried, true, broken, fixed, and put back on track to do it all again. Your road is long. On open highway, completely secluded, jammed with traffic, horns blaring, sirens screaming, speed limit, near misses, head-on collisions, body shops, rest stops, so many tolls to pay. Your destination isn't a place, it's a record, a dance, a feeling. Hands in the air, stands on their feet, joy all around. Because when you refuse to yield, your spirit is revealed. You are an athlete. MUSC Health, Sports Medicine.
Getting set for the second half here from Patriots Point. It's Charleston 2, it's Miami 0. We're in Group H tonight on this Wednesday night in the USL Championship. Well, 45 minutes down, so plenty to show you in our first half highlights. And early on, it would be the Battery getting into the attack, getting some opportunities.
Yeah, Zico Lewis just cutting it back on his famed left foot, trying to curl it to that far lower post. Here comes Sachero to the middle, just missing by inches.
They would keep their foot on the gas. This would be maybe the best chance of the first half that wasn't put away. Pickett, it was a good save by Gamero, though.
Yeah, great save by Gamero. Pickett looking to pick out that far corner, but Gamero got down really quickly to his left. Kept them off the board, albeit for a short time.
And eventually, Charleston would find their mark. And this was a pretty interesting goal as well. Patterson on the shot back in. Gadula just right place, right time.
Yeah, Patterson just putting it back into the mixer. Gadula found the ball at his feet, pivoted, picked his spot, just smashed it up in the top of the net.
Bar down beauty there from Logan Gadula. His first goal of the season, a knee slide as well. He's happy to score his first goal. And once again, Charleston would keep on the attack. This was just weaving back and forth. Then Pickett just found a sliver of space.
Great pivot there by Pickett and just swung that left foot through the crowd. Nothing that Gamero could do about this one. As you see him pivot there on that right foot turn, just smashed it with his left foot, bottom left-hand corner of the goal. 2-0 Charleston.
Pickett has scored now in 2 straight games. As we take a look at the first half stats and the shots, I mean, that really speaks volumes about that first 45.
Well, you got to get into position to get the shots, and Charleston's been doing a good job of breaking down that midfield, getting the ball wide, spreading out Miami's defense, and then playing that ball into the spaces behind and in front. And they're getting shots from all over, in and around the box.
And there's 2 yellow cards for Miami as well to both center backs, something to keep an eye on here as we get into this second half. Well, there's one of the goal scorers, Mario Pickett, making his 9th start of the season. Logan Gadula, the other goal scorer. The defender getting into the attack. And that is how Charleston have gotten out to a 2-0 advantage.
Yeah, both Gadula and Patterson getting way high up the field and swinging those balls in, making life difficult for the Miami defenders.
The second half just about to get underway. Teams will switch ends. Of course, Charleston, they're all black. Well, Miami's in those blue tops and white shorts. Final checks on the nets. Waiting on the whistle from Islen Peksanar. Here we go, 45 more minutes in Group H between Charleston and Miami. They'll still see each other a couple of more times the rest of this season. But at least tonight, it's been Charleston that has the upper hand. Josh Eastern and Wolde Harris with you for this second half.
Smart play there by Nadam, just putting his body in the way. Making sure that Bashwa couldn't get to that ball.
No subs as we get into this second half. Remember, Miami's already used one. Prince Saidi had to come off due to injury. He's replaced by Janos Luba. Cross coming in, Bashwa just a little bit too far out in front. The big South African.
Yeah, pace beat him right there. Surface might be a little bit slick and that ball just flying right into the hands of Gamero, easy to collect.
Archer now for Gadula. Sachero. This one played down the line. Trying to squeeze it in for Zico Lewis. Bezecourt looks like was shaken up.
Looked like he took a shot to the abdominal area there. Knocked the wind out of him potentially.
Here's Archer. Gonna play it through the line. Just couldn't quite lay it off there for Kelly. Now can Miami get into the attack quickly? It's Williams. That one's snuffed out here by Charleston. They might have numbers moving forward. Slipped in behind. Sachero on the turn coming in field. Runs all the way through. Miami able to win it back. And they'll try to counter quickly. Pull of the jersey there by Piggott. That usually means a yellow card. And it looks like that's what it'll be.
Yeah, Piggott realizing the danger, decided to take one for the team here. As we could see on the replay, Miguel Gonzalez comes into the middle. He's looking to spring the left-hand side, and Piggott realized that they're out of position and just took the tactical foul.
Number 8, Romario Piggott.
So Piggott into the book, the first for Charleston tonight. I feel like if you're Charleston, you don't want to give this Miami team any confidence.
Yeah, and that's that's the same concept that he thought about when he created that foul. Like, you don't want to give him any chance to get back in the game at all.
Bah for Williams. Williams on the turn, weaving it out. Williams pushed aside by Kuzminski.
Romario Williams finally coming alive. Squeaked out some space and got off that right-footed shot. But Kuzminski in the right place at the right time. Good positioning and was able to deal with it rather easily.
I feel like if you can get Williams some service, that's what he can give you. Just the second shot of the night for Miami.
That's what I was saying earlier in the game, Josh, is that forwards need service. You need to get the ball to Williams in and around the box. Although he needs to be a little bit more mobile, get him the ball where he makes the money.
Luba gonna take on Gadula. Bezecourt now. Some space on that right side. Williams in the middle towards the penalty spot. Williams on the turn, saved by Kuzminski.
Yeah, much better from Miami in terms of getting numbers into the box, working the ball in and wide. As we look at the replay, Bob playing it up to Williams. Williams getting his head up, just moving around Patterson rather easily and getting off a right-footed shot. And here's the second one. Ball comes into him again. Back to goal. Good control. Right place at the right time, Kuzminski.
Kaminsky's been called into action more than he was in that first half, here in the first 5 minutes of this second half. Patterson continuing his run. Shot is blocked. Baugh knocks it up into the air. Piggott. Piggott continuing his run. Piggott saved at the near post by Gamero.
Not afraid, Piggott, to take on one defender, two defender, little step over, and a nice right-footed shot. But Gamero, being in the right place again, comes up with a save.
This game's starting to come to life a little bit here in the opening minutes of this second half. You felt like that might be the case with the space that Charleston has had pretty much throughout, and maybe the sense of urgency that Miami now has, down 2 goals and really up against it in last place in this group. And a foul throw, you don't see that too often.
I was just about to say that's a rare call in the modern game. But the referee enforcing the rules. By the letter of the law tonight. Lots of space here for Rosales. Miami sinks back deep.
Gadula now.
Not as high a press from Miami in the start of this second half. Willing to concede a little bit of space in the midfield. Maybe Coach Dalglish is looking at playing more on the counterattack. See if they could spring 1 or 2 players and really get at them once they recover the ball in the middle of the park.
Archer, well done to win that back against Williams. Lewis up ahead for Kelly. Into the middle, it was knocked away. Now Miami, can they look upfield? Here's Luba. Trying to run it, Gadula. The cross towards the top of the box. It's still there for Miami, and they pull one back. Just like that for Miami FC. And it's Miguel Gonzalez, his first goal of the season.
That's much better from Miami. On the counter, turn the ball over, getting the ball wide and deep. And there's Gonzalez coming in from the right-hand side. As we take a look at the replay, you're gonna see Luba going down the left, gets his head up and crosses the ball top of the box. Miguel Gonzalez being contested there, but gets the ball over to his left foot and smashes it low to the right of the goalkeeper. No chance at it, Kaminsky.
A huge goal there for Miami. You felt it coming after those few chances for Williams in the first couple of minutes. And now Gonzalez. His first goal comes at a really good time for Miami, and all of a sudden it's game on here in Charleston.
Well, whatever Coach Dalglish said to them at the half seemed to be working as they came out with renewed energy this second half. And actually Charleston have seemed to take their foot off the gas just a little bit here, Josh. Not moving the ball as quick. Not picking out those penetrating passes down the wing. And Miami gets one on the counter.
Gadula, it's blocked away. Bezecourt thought he had some room to run. Islan Pexadar will bring this one back. A free kick now for Charleston. This is in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Nadam was a little bit late there, or if the guy on offense had just his body right in front of Nadam, but referee Pexon there on the spot made the call. Charleston has another opportunity. Sanchero,
Crawford, who will it be? The be Sachero will take this one on, pushed aside by Gamero.
Yeah, Sachero just putting that left foot through the ball, curved it over the wall, but Gamero's right there. You see him smash it here, the inside, lots of swerve on this one. Gamero taking no chances, parries it wide for a throw-in.
The shot still well in favor. Oh, look at that nutmeg. Gadula continues going. As the cross cleared away. He's getting physical there. It looked like Williams. A player still down for Charleston as the play continues. Patterson. Griffiths there to block it away. He almost loses his footing. As Kelly gets back to his feet. It's Bezecourt for Miami. A burst of speed. And the referee says all ball.
Yeah, things definitely getting a little bit chippy down there. Especially after this Miami goal. Charleston realizes that, hey, they're not going to give up. It's going to be a very, very competitive game down the stretch. This is better from Charleston, just putting their foot on the ball, let the ball do the work, inviting Miami to come out, see if they can find some gaps in their defense.
Griffiths pats that down for Bezecourt, who then gives it away. Gadula again. Fullbacks have been getting into the attack quite a bit tonight. Lofted in towards the back post. It was swerving away from Gamero. He distributes quickly. Closed down by Crawford.
You can see what Miami wants to do there. They want to get going quickly and see if they can catch them on the counter. Charleston doing a good job being tight in midfield and earned themselves a corner.
First of this second half for Charleston. Waiting on a couple of subs from Miami in just a moment. Whipped in, Gamero, he was falling down, it's still in there, and finally the whistle comes. And a foul will give it to Miami with a free kick.
Yeah, Gamero asking, how can you not see that? As he came out in traffic. But was being held. See a good ball in here. Gamero coming out, but it just looked like Nadam was in his way right there, creating a foul. Miami will have a free kick for the restart.
A couple of subs now for Miami, their second substitution window. Granito and Marco Franco will make way. Lloyd Sam, along with Harrison Heath, will be the ones to come on, and it looks like a sub also readying for Charleston in just a moment as well.
Number 6, Harrison Heath replaces Tomas Granito. And Lloyd Sam
the experience of Lloyd
Marco
Sam
Franco.
coming on, and looks like Nico Rittmeyer will also come on to replace Zico Lewis. So it sounds like Rittmeyer and Marini are in. Lewis and Sachero are out.
Charleston Battery subs. Number 19, Dante Marini replaces number 13, Mara Sachero.
So a couple of subs for either
And
side.
number 7, Nico Rittmeyer, replaces
Those the
number
first
10,
two
Zico
subs
Lewis.
for Charleston. In the meantime, here's Bezecourt for Miami. Keeps it moving wide right. Williams there at the near post. Saved by Kuzminski. Kelly will look to clear this away. Just past the hour mark. Roseboom wins it back for Miami.
Yeah, Roseboom doing a really good job there, retaining possession under pressure. As we take a look at Rittmeyer. Looking to make an instant impact on this game for Charleston.
A lot of experience with Charleston for both those players that just came on. Rittmeyer in his 4th season. Marini in his 7th. As Kuzminski clears this away. Foul there in the midfield. Charleston Battery has an entire new line of merchandise for their new era here at Patriots Point. Go to shop.charlestonbattery.com for the latest jerseys, t-shirts, hats, and more. Crawford keeps it moving. A lot of experience in Lloyd Sam, number 14 in blue. 35-year-old from London. Spent a lot of time in England. Notts County, Leeds, Charleston Athletic. Some time in MLS with the Red Bulls and DC United as well.
Yeah, he's a player that can definitely stretch the game. Cause some problems up front.
Long switch from Archer. Low cross in. Bashwa, the shot, oh, it just deflects in! Charleston extend their advantage. And it's the substitute, Dante Marini.
Fresh into the game, Marini just following up the play. As you see, Patterson down the left-hand side, crosses it in. Joshua shields it, says, look what I found. Marini just tipping it over the goalkeeper's legs as he goes to ground here. You can see it. Oh, it took a deflection off Nadam and just skips over Gamero into the back of the net. Man, fresh on the field and gets his first goal.
Dante Marini, a man who scored 4 game-winning goals in 2019 for Charleston. Missed all of 2018 with a knee injury, but making his 7th appearance here tonight for the 28-year-old and gets his first goal of the season. Could that be enough to get Charleston over the line tonight? Still about a half hour to find out, but a pretty good start here to this second half, answering back the opener from Miami.
Yeah, just taking the wind out of Miami's sails there. For the moment, at least. They'll have to fight a little bit harder to get one back and make this a game again.
Luba. Now Bezecourt. Bob, his shot blocked away. Out for a corner kick. Can Miami take advantage of a set piece opportunity? Harrison Heath.
Like they're packing that near post, making it difficult for Kuzminski to come and get it.
Swung in. That wasn't even towards that clump of players at the near post. And the referee says all ball. Bezecourt gets back to his feet, right through the legs, and Marini. Ball into the box. He'll get it right back, at least for the moment. All the way back to Kuzminski, who clears his lines. Miami coming forward again. Here's Lloyd Sam. Couldn't slip it by Patterson. He's been strong on that left side tonight for Charleston. And now Rittmeyer. This one put straight out of play. And another sub for Miami. And this will have to be their final sub of the match. They've used all 3 substitution windows.
For Miami FC.
This is sub number 4. And Mo Chow
Number 28
will replace Romario Williams. He had those few chances at the beginning of the second half. Other than that, couldn't really get into the swing of things.
Yeah, just couldn't find it tonight. You could see it in his mobility or lack thereof. Just couldn't get him the ball in dangerous areas. Frustration playing out on the sideline.
Not the return to Charleston he had imagined at the beginning of the night. It's still 25 minutes for his side to try to find a result. Play through the middle. Bezecourt, been a big playmaker here in the second half. Is it taken away? Right through the legs of Ba.
You could see what Charleston was trying to do there, just play the ball over the top. They had 2 runners, but just couldn't get it past the Miami defense, who read that play all the way.
Here's Marini. Play it wide for Rittmeyer. Boschwa in the middle. Going to ground. Referee says all ball again.
Had to get that one just perfect. Nadam timed it well.
Dangerous on a yellow card as well, and in the box. But did get that one just right. Bezecourt finds some space. Once again, cleared away. Miami just probing this back line, but so far, nothing to show for it in the past couple of minutes.
And Charleston has been doing a great job of just reading the play, cutting out those entry passes, especially those final balls, those penetrating passes back forward, been done really well tonight.
You can hear, I think that was probably Mike Anhauser on the near side. Telling Rittmeyer to get going here. The substitute.
Surprised Sam's not going even more aggressive at Patterson there in a 1v1 situation. Decides to keep possession and recycle it.
Taken away again as Crawford will knock this upfield. Fans follow Charleston and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN+, home of the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the nearly 8 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN+ and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. A little bit too far there for Luba.
Coach Dalglish egging his boys on.
His second stint as head coach, took over for Nelson Vargas on August 10th. Vargas had yet to take a point out of the first couple of matches. Since then, Miami has taken 5 points. Here's Heath. He can strike a ball. He didn't catch that one that clean. Did it take a deflection? It doesn't look like it did. It's out for a goal kick.
Right idea. Just a little bit left to be desired with the execution.
Fans, download the Charleston Battery app to cast your vote for the Heineken Man of the Match. A couple of options for the Battery tonight. 3 different goal scorers. See who the fans decide. Here's Nico Rittmeyer. Marini's in the middle. Rittmeyer, top of the box. Boschwa, shot blocked. Griffiths just threw his body at it.
Yeah, Griffiths laid his body on the line there. And that's what you want from your center backs, especially when the ball's at the top of the box.
Gonzalez ran right into the official, but play continues. 20 minutes to go. Here's Bashwa. Kelly trying to get on his right foot. He did, and it was deflected.
Yeah, Charleston had a number of opportunities there to play in. Ball into the box. Decided to cut it back to Kelly.
A big result for Charlotte tonight. Louisville City and Indy 11. So 0-0 at halftime. Some games out west as well tonight. Bezecourt is making a run. Wasn't found there by Chow, and the shot, Kuzminski can see it go wide.
Yeah, lack of power in that shot. Just didn't get a hold of it.
And it looks like a few more subs coming on for Charleston. Looks like Hugh Daly, Stavros Zarakostas will be the ones to come on. Well, Piggott and Bashwa will make way. A good night for Mario Piggott. May he be our man of the match at the end of this 90 minutes.
Yeah, really did well going down that left-hand side. Finds the ball top of the box here. Dinks out to the right. Turns around. Left-footed shot to the near post. Creeps underneath goalkeeper Ramiro. At that point, making it 2-0.
Also,
good overall game from Piggott tonight. Played well both sides of the ball.
Number 8 Mario Piggott is number 16, Stavros Zarakostas.
So now 4 subs for Mike Anhauser. Former Indiana Hoosier. Won the 1988 title under Jerry Yeagley. But has pretty much made a name for himself here in Charleston his entire career. As a coach and a player. So 4 subs have been used by Charleston, although they can still make one more. They've only used 2 of those 3 windows.
Be interesting if Charleston can find Daly here and use his speed, especially late in the game with Miami defense slowing down a little bit. As we take a look at Coach Anhauser, Dusty Hudak is his assistant.
That game on Saturday, Charleston against the Rowdies. Charleston could close the gap to just 1 point should they take 3 points here tonight and on Saturday against the Rowdies. A tall task, of course. But then all of a sudden, first place in this group could really open up.
Change really quickly. But they still have to do the business before that happens.
We saw how quick Miami was able to strike for that first goal. They do it again here. It's Bezecourt into the middle, diving header, blocked away. And Crawford quick to clear it away.
Yeah, he had a couple of players appealing for a handball there, but referee Pexonar says no going.
Played right through the middle. Mo Chow, he'll take one on. It's parried aside by Kuzminski, and then he comes to claim it.
Yeah, Kuzminski had to be on his toes there. Not afraid to take the shot from distance. He got a hold of that one. Chow strong, very physical.
Foul will be called against the Battery. We close in the final quarter of an hour. Looks like our second half hydration break will be taken now Well, 3 goals to 1 for the Battery. Just 15 minutes plus stoppage time for them to close it out. Dante Marini getting what could be a crucial 3rd goal for Charleston to get a little bit of insurance in this second half. And how we got here, well, it started all the way back in the first half. Swung in on a corner. Logan Gadula, right place, right time.
Yeah, Patterson just putting the ball back into the mixer here, and Gadula just finding it at his feet. Strikes it upper corner. 1-0 Charleston.
And then they would add on a few more. But first would be Romario Piggott getting it back to his left foot.
Great swivel turn there by Piggott, and just swung through it as it came across his body.
But Miami, they wouldn't go away quietly. A big goal from Miguel Gonzalez to pull one back. And then back the other way, Dante Marini. You could also say right place, right time.
Well, goal scoring, that's half the battle. Being in the right place, the ball comes to you. Now you just got to finish.
Fans, don't forget, you can go to Twitter, Charleston Battery Twitter, or download the Charleston Battery app to cast your vote for the Heineken Man of the Match. And Miami gets us back underway. Can Miami pull one back and make this an interesting finish, or will Charleston take the sting out of the game? As Daly trying to use his speed to get around the outside. Gamero was quick to it.
Yeah, that was good movement there by Kamini. Just looking to get around the end there is Daly. But that big body of Nadam coming over to protect his goalkeeper.
Comes Miami again. Lloyd Sam. They'll play it wide. Now Harrison Heath. Ball does stay in play. Miami will look to take advantage. Roseboom. Gonzalez, the goal scorer. Now for Roseboom. A long spell of possession here for Miami. Now Bezecourt. And a giveaway. Back for Kuzminski, who will just clear his lines.
Yeah, that final pass has just been disappointing tonight for Miami. They just can't find it. Whether it be not players ahead of the ball not moving, or just not getting the ball right position, or Charleston shutting them down. They've worked the ball well up until this point. It's just really all about that final incisive pass.
Got to give credit to this back line, though, for Charleston. Played a pretty good game, aside from just that one mishap with the goal. Luba to the back post. Brought down, big save, Kuzminski. Keeps it at 3-1.
Yeah, that's better from Miami, getting penetrating passes down the wing. Sam on that back post, cutting inside, found the ball at his feet, good control, cut back, but Kuzminski being big, just being there. If you take a look at the replay, good threaded ball through for Luba, who puts it all the way over the top. Sam on the end of it, coming up big as Kuzminski.
And a corner kick for Miami. Lifted right into the middle, and Dom got his head on it. Should be another corner, and it is.
Yeah, and the Dom just wishing he had that one back. Looked like he kind of misheaded that ball. Didn't get the full contact.
I'll do it again. This one towards the back post. Griffiths got up for it, but out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Griffiths looked like he used the defender to gain a little leverage there, but still couldn't get to the ball.
On the road, can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, and Rodney Marsh. Fans of the USL can now listen to the best matches of the week, along with action from MLS, the Premier League, and the UEFA Champions League. Sirius XM FC, channel 157 on your Sirius XM radio and the Sirius XM app. This will bring head trainer Bobby Wiesenberger from the MUSC Health Sports Medicine team onto the pitch. Looks like that is Patterson who was down.
Yeah, looks to be in a bit of pain. At this point, you have to wonder if he can continue.
AJ Patterson, who's captain for Granada, leading them to the 2021 Gold Cup. There's some CONCACAF flair on this Charleston Battery side. Zico Lewis as well for Bermuda. Leland Archer got his first Trinidad and Tobago call-up in 2019. Looks like Kyle Nelson will have to be the one to come on, and he will replace AJ Patterson. That's the final sub of the night for the Charleston Battery.
Yeah, this will be a tough loss for the Battery on the left-hand side, as Patterson was providing a lot of width and getting in a lot of crosses into the box for Charleston.
Substitution for the
You hope this is
Charleston
just
Battery.
precautionary with
Number 20, AJ Patterson,
scoreline in their
replaced by
favor
number
and
3,
maybe a
Kyle
slight
Nelson.
eye on Saturday against Tampa Bay. And gave a thumbs up.
And that's always good to see. Game's still a little bit chippy here as both teams look to gain as much advantage as possible.
Players still down for Miami, but Charleston want to keep going as the trainer now comes on for Miami.
The injuries so far, Patterson can expect a little bit of extra time.
A warm night, of course, in Charleston. This result for Miami really makes things difficult, and they didn't make it easy on themselves in their first couple of matches. Been out through 7 matches played after this one, and assuming they can't find 2 more goals, they'll be on 5 points through 7 matches. That'll be now 12 points behind second place Charleston, with still 2 games in hand, but there's only a certain amount of games you can play in the season.
Yeah, definitely an uphill battle after this one. That's assuming that they can't score 2 goals in 6 minutes plus stoppage.
We might get a pretty big number for stoppage time with this lengthy delay.
Yeah, this looks a little bit more serious than we initially thought. You have to wonder if he turned it or if this is some form of contact. Finding it difficult to put weight on that leg.
Othello Ba makes the slow walk off. Making his 6th start of the season tonight. And they'll restart with a free kick. They'll play it towards Archer in the back. 5 minutes plus stoppage time to go, and Charleston trying to close out this 3-1 scoreline over Miami tonight, looking to gain 3 more points in the standings.
unsung heroes are in the middle of the park for Charleston. Kelly and Crawford have done a really good job of shielding that back four, transitioning and getting forward into the attack. These guys are the two workhorses, and they're still going.
He's not going to give up yet, though. They still have some time. They got it to a 2-1 advantage. But then it was Charleston who got one more back to make it 3-1. Now Chow. He loses out right at the top of the area. Charleston trying to break the other way. Daly plays it ahead. Now Marini, defended by Griffiths. There's Crawford again. We call those midfielders box to box. He's certainly going box to box tonight.
Yeah, they've worked really, really hard on both sides of the ball, covering a lot of ground. And they're still going.
Well, Mike Anhauser said transition defense both ways was going to be of utmost importance tonight, limiting the chances, especially for the top three for Miami FC, and it's probably safe to say they've done that tonight.
Yes, they make life difficult for Miami to penetrate, especially through the middle. You've seen Bezecourt come and get on the ball. You've seen Miguel Gonzalez get on the ball, but just couldn't find that forward pass. And they end up turning over the ball because of the sheer numbers of Charleston in and around the play.
Now it's Heath for Roseboom. Othello Bob back on the field.
You can see 9 players in and around the ball here. Everybody's back for Charleston. Just no passing lanes for Miami. We've got to do a better job of something like this, changing the point of attack quicker, getting those 1v1, 2v2 situations.
Gonzalez making the run. The ball will find his feet. Cross into the middle again. Archer just had to put his head on it to put it out for a corner kick.
Nice little inside-out run there from Miguel Gonzalez, getting the ball behind the Charleston defense. Looking to find a forward Chow in the middle, but obviously he's outnumbered. Need more numbers in the box, Miami.
I'll play it short, and it'll come in. Roseboom, and then it was Indom. And just putting it wide, and he can't believe it.
Yeah, surprised to get that ball at his feet. Has this ball taken short there, play it into the box, and then Dom coming in just hits it. That was there for the taking, Josh.
I think he was surprised it found his feet, as you said, and might have glanced off the head of Roseboom as well. That was 3-2 written all over it, but we remain at 3-1, and in a way that kind of just sums up the season for Miami. They've had chances, but have not been able to put them away.
As we all know, this game is about taking your chances. It's the only way you're going to win. Charleston has done that 3 times tonight.
Ball whipped in again. Chow, a little bit too far out in front. And out for another goal kick.
Yeah, hopeful cross there from Heath. Good run from Chow, but difficult to find the end product there.
The USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs across the USL to build a pathway to pro soccer by bringing together top local youth talent. Following the success of the first Academy Cup events, clubs can now apply to participate in the USL Academy League, kicking off in spring 2021. For more information, visit usl-academy.com or search #USL Academy on social media. Bezecourt with Chow in the middle. The cross was blocked. And Nelson got to that loose ball first. Now Marini.
Charleston just picking their passes on the way out. Now they have a counter against the back four of Miami.
Here's Rittmeyer. Rittmeyer tees one up. I couldn't keep it on frame. We're going to get a big number for stoppage time. It will be 7 minutes, and it's brought to you by MUSC Health Sports Medicine.
Yeah, Rittmeyer having to go from about 25, 30 yards out. Had Crawford on the right-hand side, but decided to go for it. Just a little high and a bit outside.
You don't want to take anything for granted, but when you're up 3-1, it gives you maybe a little bit more willingness to take that on. This cross sent out of play.
Yeah, just poor from Sam there. See him shaking his head. Knows he should have done better with that cross.
Paul Dalgleish, a lot to think about after this match. They won't play again until next Wednesday when they'll travel to Tampa Bay. Boy, things do not get easier.
Yeah, Tampa Bay, a team in form, top of the table.
When you look at this Charleston side, the upcoming schedule, it's just a little weird, and that's how this season goes. It's headed back to Kosminski. Tampa Bay over the weekend, then a week off before they go to Miami, then Tampa Bay again, then Miami, then Loudoun, then Miami again. And these two teams are going to see a lot of each other down the stretch in September.
Yeah, Charleston striking first here.
Well, that's where maybe the chess match comes into play, when you see each other so much in a short amount of time. Do coaches overthink the tactics? Do the players remember those challenges that came in a little bit more? A lot to think about here down the stretch of this season.
And these two teams are going to get to know each other really, really well. Sometimes it's all about just being simple and efficient. Miami were to take the chances that they created tonight, it'd be a little bit different game.
Williams had those two chances right out of halftime. I feel like that could have really changed the game. Gonzalez pulled one back to make it 2-1. The game was there for the taking, or at least try to find a result. But then moments later, it was Dante Marini. Roseboom, move it along for Heath. 4 minutes to go. Bezecourt. You felt like he's been waiting to do that all night. He's been on the ball quite a bit in this second half. Couldn't put that on frame.
Yeah, I've been waiting to say the same, Josh. He's been in and around behind the two defensive midfielders of Charleston, just waiting to get an opportunity. Got it there, but just shot it off target. Probably a little bit of fatigue playing its part.
And Miami played on Sunday night. And I mean, to travel up to Charleston, just only a couple of days rest. Charleston had a little bit longer.
Well, this year is just a little bit different than most. And obviously the schedule being as compact as it is presenting a lot of challenges for teams. They're not as deep in terms of quality or just haven't found their chemistry yet. Obviously recovery time after travel is very difficult to deal with on its own. But to play 8 games or 3 games in 8 days, 2 games in 4 days is really, really tough.
Yeah. Chow making the run in behind. The through ball just wasn't quite there, and Kosminski will take this. Well, just his second start after going out on loan to Israel for Joe Kosminski. In his 4th season with Charleston. There's a lot of players on this team with some good tenure with the Battery. Three of them on the field in Marini, Rittmeyer, and Kuzminski. And of course, the man in the technical area as well, Mike Anhauser.
Yeah, the Battery does a good job of retaining their talent and the core group of what they want to build on for the following year. And it pays dividends in team chemistry. You find that earlier, you get the results earlier in the season, and it sets the tone for the rest of the season for you. And Mike Anhauser has done a really good job at it.
And how could you forget Jared Van Schaik as well, making appearance number 151 tonight. This one knocked away. Maybe something on for Charleston. Gonna make one more defensive stop. Charleston want one more goal. The shot is blocked. Q Daly trying to get himself on the score sheet.
Hey, why not? At this point in the game, you're all alone versus the back four. Try to get a shot off. Maybe get yourself on the score sheet.
This one into the middle again. And Shake will knock it away. Well, this is the third straight game with 3 goals scored for the Charleston Battery. Coming in, they hadn't scored 6 goals in 2 games since last October. Oh, we kind of mentioned in the pregame, this attack starting to click a little bit more, and that could be a dangerous thing for the rest of the league.
Oh yeah, Sachero getting on the ball. Not to mention Zico Lewis and Piggott getting on the scoreboard tonight. It's going to be difficult to contain these guys going down the stretch as they find more chemistry.
Now just waiting for the final whistle, and there it is. Charleston Battery, 3 points and 3 goals again. They take down Miami FC 3-1 tonight at Patriots Point. Paul Dalglish and Mike Anhauser exchange pleasantries. But overall, a pretty good performance for the Charleston Battery.
The final score
they
is
take
Charleston
3
Battery
points,
3,
and there is our
Miami FC
man of the
1.
match presented by Heineken. It's Romario Piggott.
USC Health Sports Medicine.
Yeah, he did really
Charleston
well
Battery's
tonight.
next match will
Played
be
both
against
sides of the
Tampa Bay
ball and was rewarded with a nicely taken goal from the top of the box.
Kickoff will be at 7:30 p.m.
They'll look forward to him scoring more goals,
And as always, up
especially going into the next contest against the Rowdies.
Well, we'll come back to wrap things up from Patriots Point, but 90 minutes are complete. Charleston take all 3 points and take 3 goals as well. We'll be right back to Patriots Point.
Bring color to life with the very best paint, only at your Sherwin-Williams store.
This is your vacation, your beach, your fields of green, skies of blue, mountains of majesty. You're an athlete, you're obsessed, you're in love, you're in pain, spirit drained, in agony, fighting gravity, because you made a commitment to yourself and others to work on your game, build your frame in blazing heat, exhausted and beat. You're not alone. You're supported, pushed, tested, tried, trued, broken, fixed, and put back on track to do it all again. Your road is long. On open highway, completely secluded, jammed with traffic, horns blaring, sirens screaming, speed limit, near misses, head-on collisions, body shops, rest stops, so many tolls to pay. Your destination isn't a place, it's a record, a dance, a feeling. Hands in the air, stands on their feet, joy all around. Because when you refuse to yield, your spirit is revealed. You are an athlete. MUSC Health, Sports Medicine.
Back to wrap things up from Patriots Point. Charleston 3, Miami 1. And 3 more points closer to first place Tampa Bay for Charleston in Group H. We take a look at the full-time highlights tonight. It was Charleston pretty early and often in that first half. The first one came in the 29th minute. Gadula
Just putting it in, out the rebound here, gets it back on his feet, just smashing it up a corner.
that got the scoring started tonight. Goal number 1 for Logan Gadula, and then Romario Piggott, our man of the match.
Piggott moving to his right, seeing that he was going to get the block, turned to his left and just put his foot through it. As here, you see here, just pivots on their right foot, puts his foot through traffic. That ball finds its way under Kuzminski.
He scored in 2 straight games, and on the other side, it would be Gonzalez. He'd pull one back for Miami. You thought maybe game on.
Yeah, they tried to come out after the half and get a little bit of energy. Gonzalez pulls this one back, but Charleston never gave up. They kept pushing forward, and they got the third.
That would come in the form of Dante Marini. Patterson, ball in, took a slight deflection, and a deflection on the way in.
Yeah, Romero, nothing he could do about that one. Good use of the body there by Bachoy, but Marini just putting his foot through it. Got a little bit of deflection, no chance at it. Man off the bench, comes in and does what he needs to.
Take a look at the updated Group H standings. Things getting really difficult for Miami, while Charleston, they open up an 11-point gap in between them and Atlanta 2.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle from here on out for Miami, especially going to face Charleston 3 more times. But Charleston really has their eye on that top spot, and that's their opponent coming this week.
Now they're level on games played, so that game on Saturday, really, really important, as Tampa is still unbeaten with 6 wins and 3 draws. Charleston did what they needed to do tonight, and they come away with 3 points. Miami, it's an uphill battle from here on out, as they will try to get some more points down the stretch. But that does it tonight from Patriots Point. Charleston 3, Miami 1. For our entire crew and broadcast partner Will Day Harris, I'm Josh Eastern, saying so long from Patriots Point. Charleston, 3 points again.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.